Hey guys, my name is Sven, and we're here again. Persona. Said I really wasn't going to do stuff like this, but so they've released the full trailer from TGS for Persona 5, which now has, after all their trying to make it happen, they pushed it back to summer 2016. Oh well. But I'm going to call this a story trailer because it takes a huge focus on the story, and, well, I don't speak Japanese, so there wasn't really a lot of information in that regard that I could pull from this, but there were a couple of really interesting things, and a couple of things that I was right about, and a couple of things that you guys were right about. So, first off, I'll start with, obviously, I said that there was a fourth character who looked to be in a fox mask, and I was right. And there he is. So then also, obviously, we get a look at everybody's different personas, which I'll probably flash on the screen right now, which is pretty cool. They all look even more themed than they previously did in the other games, because obviously 3 and 4 had persona that were specifically designed, obviously, to the characters, and this is even further, which I like. I think that that's a really cool thing. So then, now it's officially confirmed that you will be fighting, I guess, demons. I'm using big quotey fingers here. Demons or persona. And you can see from one of the scenes with, I think it's Legion they're fighting. And then there was a short glimpse of it, but it was like, persona, get! And so I'm assuming that it's going to be like the older games or whatever, where you either persuade the persona to join your team, or like you capture them, or something weird like that. So that's cool, I guess. But even more kind of interesting is something that I had said, in which it seemed like you could like sneak around and find different ways to do stuff, and it really shows that off. Like even in just the main character walking around the city and everything, it seems a lot bigger than the other games. It's, instead of being like that kind of borderline isometric view of like walking around a city, it's now third person, just like really walking around everywhere, and like you have a little map and all this kind of stuff. And I find it interesting that it seems like they're making the game a much larger scale than before. But and then obviously because I don't know, I'm assuming that there's going to be some sort of once again, my big foam quotey fingers, like I'm assuming that there's going to be an other world or something in which all the demons and persona come out to play. But from all the footage or actually, better yet, I'll call it a dungeon. From all the footage that they showed of like a dungeon, there was a lot of kind of sneaking around and climbing up on stuff, and it seems like you might be able to go about doing these things in different ways, which I think I like it. I think it's a really cool idea. I mean, obviously in execution, like that's where it's really going to matter, but I think that they probably realized that the old, just dungeon crawling through everything is not, it's not the in thing right now. So they had to somehow make it a little bit more interesting, which is something that I had said before. I don't think I said it in an analysis video. I think I said it in just the general like playthrough of the game, and that I think that instead of having like procedurally generated dungeons, they should have something that's more set in stone. That way they can make it more visually interesting. They can make it have these little things like that are really cool, and it seems like they're doing it. Now, it's not that I have anything against the procedural generation. It's just that when you procedurally generate things, you can only do so much to them because of the fact that like it needs to be different each time. So I think Persona is finally ditching like the dungeon crawling aspect of the games and just kind of embracing the fact that it's like a JRPG that's more known for its story at this point. So that's really cool. And then for what little bits of story we do see, I mean, it does seem like the game is taking a really dark turn, and I love it. I like the little, there's a little end sequence where it's like sad music and stuff, and it seems like it's really cool. And kind of what I was saying before was that it's probably going to be that they're thieves and they get kind of in over their heads and they probably get caught, and it's just this big conflict, and it probably is going to have to do with them deciding whether or not they're good. I mean, just that smile at the end just kind of really made me feel like that, because when the main character is like in the handcuffs and all that stuff, it doesn't look like the area that looks like it's going to be the new Velvet Room. It looks like it's something completely different. So it looks like this is the time when I should have said that like he's captured, and it looks like he got the shit beat out of him and all this stuff. And I think that it's gonna be cool. Oh yeah, it looks like also you're gonna be able to like train your body to become the best master thief you can, or something like that. And I mean, I don't know, maybe it affects what kind of things you can do and different ways you can go inside these dungeons and stuff. I don't know, I'm probably thinking about it too much, and it's probably going to be not nearly as involved as that, and I'm going to look like a dumbass. But yeah, I think besides that, there really isn't anything else. The other thing that I did notice is that you can see in one of the scenes that a shadow, demon, persona, whatever, is coming out of a guy's back, and that was something that I mentioned, that it looked like people were turning into these things. So, I mean, besides that, obviously I don't speak Japanese, so there's not really much that I can take from this besides that. If anybody does speak Japanese and can fill me in, that would be real cool. But either way, I didn't want to do a super in-depth analysis like I did the one time, because that actually took a lot of work. But I just kind of wanted to touch up on a couple of things that I had said previously, as well as you guys had said on my previous video. And yeah, I'm glad that the game got delayed. I'm glad that they're not rushing it, and I'm still really excited for it. It looks to be a much bigger project than I previously thought. It looks like they're really putting a lot into this. So I guess I am out.